Good evening. No let-up yet in the punishment America and Britain are meting out to Saddam Hussein. Nothing but bitter defiance from the Iraqis, and still no rush by other nations to endorse what's being done in their name. For a third night, the bombers have been in action, and the first wave of British tornadoes has already returned safely to its base in Kuwait. In assessing the damage so far, the United States and Britain say they've hit a wide variety of military targets inside Iraq. But there's also been reports of attacks on Iraq's main commercial port of Qaza and an oil refinery in Basra, as well as military installations at Talil Air Base. And the Iraqis say 25 civilians have been killed in Baghdad alone. From there, Jeremy Bowen reports. Like all journalists, he's subject to Iraqi government restrictions on his movements.
Some families, hearing air raid warnings, have gone to the shelters, expecting the worst. Tahadi was born in this shelter during the Gulf War in 1991. Just before dawn, there was another wave of attacks. Baghdad was pounded by cruise missiles. This evening, the Americans say they've hit the oil refinery in the southern city of Basra. Iraq says they've also attacked presidential guest houses. Tonight, President Saddam Hussein made a defiant speech. Curses and shame on the devils, he said. Glory to our innocent martyrs who are in heaven with God. We will not bargain, we will not kneel to anyone but God. Then Tariq Aziz, the Deputy Prime Minister, picked up the President's theme.
George Robertson, the British Defence Secretary, said today that the President of this country would have to comply with the will of the international community.
This person, I don't know what his name is, should remember when there was an empire, the Great British Empire, they could not impose their will on the people of Iraq. So he cannot impose his will on the people of Iraq in 1998.
When the sun is up, the people of Baghdad feel it's safe enough to go about their business. But when night starts to fall, that changes. A city under attack is not a good place to be. Men gathered for dusk prayers at the mosque in one of Baghdad's suburbs. They hope that the raids will stop during the Muslim holy month of Ramadan. But Iraqi radio had already reported that the Americans had ordered a third night of attacks, and they were in a hurry to get home to their families. Dr. Al-Aljil stopped to talk to us.
You can see now the country, there is no any evidence of any weapon production. We can't produce weapons, can we? I mean, the people here can't find things to eat.
People accuse Iraqis sometimes when they're being interviewed of just being mouthpieces for the regime because they're scared of what might happen to them. Is that true?
What I said up till now is what I really believe. And I have said the truth and nothing but the truth, if you like it this way.
Very nice to meet you. Hello.
The doctor who studied and practiced